If you are a job seeker, whether you are a new graduate or you have graduated a number of years ago and you're still seeking for jobs, I think you need to hear this fact. You need to hear this fact, which is I'm about to uncover. Yeah, but what I can say at the beginning is that I have sensed that most of the trainers, the coaches, recruiters, other advisors who advise concerning job seeking situation, they're not always telling the truth, or they're not telling the whole truth. Maybe they have no idea what really works in the job seeking situation, but also maybe they're just too kind to tell you the truth that you might be disappointed. Because to be honest, when you start to know the truth, you might be disappointed if you have a light heart. Yeah, so let me tell you some of the facts that I've started to uncover in my job seeking situation and stuff like that. Number one, we have about 3 categories of jobs in the job market. Category number 1, these are the jobs which are never announced and never advertised in the public media. And I don't know how much percent they cover, but some of the people, they would say it's 80%. I think they're mistaken. I will clarify later why I think they're mistaken, but it's not 80%. But I don't know what percent should that be. Yeah, but these are the jobs where if there is a need for someone or need of someone in a particular position, in a particular company, then the company knows who to contact. They would simply lift a call somebody and ask if they have that someone to fit in that position. Most of the time, always someone is available, someone who is connected to those closed networks. And this is why it is very much important to make sure that you stay connected to the networks that are related to your field. So much important, because when they are looking for somebody, you could be the one to be reached out when they are now starting to look for someone. These are the positions which you will never see in a website. You will never see them anywhere. Category number 2, we have jobs which are published, but they are not truly public. And I read one article. I don't remember the name of that article. I've been saying this several times. Yeah, but this article was published by someone who graduated, I think, a master's degree from Aalto University. And he said over 80%, 80% of all jobs that are published in the media, they are never truly public. So these are the kinds of jobs which are published only for the sake of fulfilling their policy required by companies, that they must hire anybody without any discrimination or something like that. So they would always find somebody first and then announce the position. So you would send a number of applications to particular companies, very high quality application, and still you would be rejected for the reason you would never understand. Why? Because they already had somebody, but they have to find a reason to say, I'm sorry, we cannot take you. We found somebody better than you. I'm sorry, you don't speak the language properly. I'm sorry, you have this and that. But the truth is, they already had somebody before it was announced. And to be honest, I'm one of the beneficiaries. I've been hired in a number of jobs in that sense. I never applied for it. I was first contacted and asked if I'm available. Then I accepted. After I accepted, the position was announced. After it was announced, believe me, I believe many people saw that position and they sent applications and they were denied for whatever the reasons that the employer was able to mention. And this is also why it says why it is so much difficult getting jobs nowadays, because most of the applications that you would send, your potential employers would never even open your CV, would never even open your application letter. I don't know. Maybe some they will have to open at least to find a reason to say no. But the truth is, they already had somebody in that company or in that business. In category number 3, now these are the jobs which are published and really they are looking for somebody. But according to that report which I mentioned, the article from Aalto University, they say this category only covers less than 20% of all the jobs that are published. And so you can see all the people who are not connected to these closed networks, they are all fighting for this less than 20% of jobs that are published. In that sense, then you must understand it's an exception today if you send an application and get a job. It's one of the rare things, but it's very, very difficult to simply send an application without any network and get a position. It's very, very difficult. And your CV can be great. I've actually met someone who had a fantastic CV, fantastic, comprehensive. He has been a manager of various companies, but he was really mad when I was talking to him. He started to mention that after starting to make follow-up to places where he had sent his application, then he was really disappointed to realize that most of the people he had sent them the application, they had never even opened his CV. They had never even opened his CV. This guy was coming from India. Yeah, he's Indian. So he was really disappointed, but if you look at his CV, man, it's fantastic. But why? Because he's not in the network. So most of the jobs probably he was applying to had already somebody filled in that position, even before the position was announced. That's the situation. That's the situation we're in right now. So what are we doing? And I think this is nothing personal. It's not personal. So sometimes you can even say, oh, they hire only the people they know. That's the truth. They hire the people they know. But it doesn't have to be personal. You could be the person they know. It can happen like that. And I think the struggle we have here is between value. You know, businesses care about value. But also we have the politics. The politics has their system. Like, okay, businesses, you must follow this system. But not all systems favor businesses. So businesses have to come up with the contingency plan? Something like that. They have to come up with a plan to make sure that they get that cream which they really want and still fulfill the policies that are established by the authorities. And I think that's the main reason. So they have to announce the jobs, they have to do this and that according to the policies, and still they have to find somebody they think can produce the value that they need. So what I'm proposing is that as a job seeker, focus your mind on solving a particular problem. Focus on that. Focus on that. And after you have focused your mind on that, start to build your own experience. So you can find some ways, if you're a programmer, find some ways to start building some softwares, even before you are hired. And build this while researching in some companies. What are the existing problems in the business world? What are the existing problems in a particular company? And then you start to make some software hoping to solve that problem. And you can also do this through collaboration with other friends whom you might, complement each other or complete each other during this. So you don't necessarily need to come together with other programmers, but you can decide to go for someone else who is maybe an entrepreneur, someone else who's maybe a business administrator, so that together you can form something which can be complete and can be operated in a business world. So that is what I would propose. And this is why also I've been so keen into developing communities and emphasize that we have to find ways of collaborating through our talents, because this is how we can end up creating our own platform where we can start to build the beginning value that we can offer to the society. I don't know if you understand. Yes, because at the moment, if you've just graduated, then you have no access to any of the resources. You don't have access to the university. You don't have any access to the maybe government offices. You don't have access to the offices, maybe facility or something like that. But the only resource that you can access easily and still do something tangible are your own fellow job seekers. They have something which is valuable, you have something which is valuable. If you come together, you can do something, and that something can easily attract the attention of businesses from outside. This is the point I'm trying to make. That's why I've been emphasizing. Initially, I was having this Mikele International Community. It was about the same theme or the same idea. And now I've started this community, International Talents in Kuopio, after I've moved to Kuopio. Also, the same thing, that what talents do you have as a job seeker? Keep on searching for jobs. I'm not saying you should stop searching for jobs. No, keep on searching for jobs, because that is the backup plan. And that is like a plan which you always have to lay down, because somebody can just look for someone and your application can be there when they have nobody else to follow on. Then they can come to your application. So it's really important you keep on sending those applications. But you have to find a way to make sure that your talent is being demonstrated to the public. Make sure that people know that I have something that I can value. And you can do that by collaborating with other people that are within your close network, so that you can make something tangible. Yeah, maybe let me stop here for today. But that was my message. That was my message. That merely sending an application or your CV to a particular company and hoping to get a job, that is, nowadays, that is one of the rare things to happen. Sending an application and get a job. That is one of the rarest things to happen, because the jobs are filled by people who are already in the closed networks. So look into that. But more importantly, if you're in Kuopio, make sure that you join the groups that I've created, International Talents in Kuopio, in LinkedIn, and also in Facebook. And find a way to utilize your talents in a collaborative environment. You can let me know and I can help you to facilitate, but also you can just simply contact somebody else. That's why I'm emphasizing everybody joining this community must introduce themselves based on talents. I'm just curious why many people are silent. Maybe this is something so new. They're just used to being told, after you graduate your international business master's degree course, then all you can do now is to prepare a CV and send application to somewhere, man. That's the common way of doing things, but unfortunately, it doesn't work for many people. It doesn't work. You got to do something which is tangible. Let me stop here for the moment and stay tuned for more discussion which are about to come. Thank you. Bye-bye, and I wish you a good day.